I'm Alec Cave, this is the Home Report. In the early hours of Tuesday the 13th of June, 3 people were tragically murdered in Nottingham. 2 of the victims were young and talented students studying at the city's university. The other, a grandfather who was only 4 months away from his retirement. The man who has been charged with their murders, as well as the attempted murder of 5 others, is 31-year-old Valdo Calocane, a migrant from the West African nation of Guinea-Bissau. The 2 students, Grace O'Malley Kumar and Barnaby Webber, were returning home from a night out, celebrating the end of the academic year. Just like thousands of their peers, they were carefree and ready to enjoy their summer break. However, what should have been the end of a good night ended in evil tragedy. It is alleged that just after 4 a.m, Calocane, clad head to toe in black, murdered Barnaby first, stabbing the star cricketer several times in the back. He then turned his attention to Grace. While attempting to defend her friend from the killer, she collapsed on the road. Calocane swiftly attacked Grace, with her resulting injuries proving fatal. This was just the brutal beginning of his 90-minute rampage. Calocane then attacked his 3rd victim, grandfather Ian Coates. The 65-year-old man was on his way to work as a caretaker for a local primary school. His dead body was discovered later by his neighbours, with his van being stolen. At 5:25 a.m, police were called to an incident in which a van had been driven into people waiting at a bus stop. 3 people were injured, one of whom's injuries were life-threatening. The suspect then attempted to run over 2 other pedestrians in the Sherwood Street area, both believed to have suffered minor injuries. Minutes later, outside a grocery store, police advanced towards Calocane, who in turn approached them with a knife. He was subsequently tasered and arrested on suspicion of murder. Valdo Calocane has settled status through his Portuguese citizenship, a deal given to all EU nationals by the UK government. He came to the United Kingdom in 2007 with his parents and family from Guinea-Bissau. They moved to Haverfordwest in Pembrokeshire. He went on to study mechanical engineering at the University of Nottingham, of which he graduated in 2022 and has resided in the city ever since. The suspect has been given every opportunity to thrive in modern Britain: a loving family, church community and top-class university education, more than most have in this world. Yet, he chooses to repay the kindness of his adoptive nation with this act of pure evil. A clear motive has not yet been established, though many apologists are quick to jump to the mental ill health excuse. Despite the ample opportunities and protections foreign migrants receive in our country, politicians, media and academia endlessly push an oppressor narrative between migrants and natives. It is very possible that Calocane could have been incited to enact revenge by this rhetoric, akin to other murders and terrorists across Britain, Europe and America. Equally concerning are the words of Barnaby Webber's mother, who reacted to the murder of her son by lecturing the crowd of mourners at a vigil not to, quote, "hold no hate to any race, colour, sex or religion in your heart," unquote. The sentiment uttered by the mother is unsurprising when you consider that state officials will exploit distraught victims of high-profile tragedy at the hands of ethnic minorities by encouraging them to make public statements which reinforce regime dogma. After the Manchester Arena bombing, police coached families involved in the tragedy to odiously control public reaction. Barnaby's mother was likely similarly following advice. In the poetic words of one of our party members, slowly but surely the liberal system turns a horrendous crime into a spectacle of tolerance and celebration of diversity. Without pause or thought, the liberal system picks itself up after tripping on reality, naively marches on. The Home Office and the media always distract attention away from the results of their actions. They do not care about the welfare of our nation and our people. We at the Homeland Party will endeavour to promote policy to prevent migrant crime. Migrants with known mental health issues and criminal pasts must be removed to ensure the safety of the general population. We must not allow the memory of the victims of our rotten system to be forgotten. Despite the horrors committed in Nottingham last Tuesday, there is one silver lining. Phil Coates, the brother of Ian, has given voice to millions. In a tweet to Liberal commentary on Twitter, he said, quote, "My brother was left to die in a cold Nottingham street by a barbaric West African. My brother never invaded anywhere, never bombed anyone, never raped anyone, so sad little crypto-Marxists like you can f*** off." Phil is willing to fight for the memory of his brother and for true justice. We should all follow his example.